Well, Izzy's finally back today.
Hey, yo, hello, hello.
You know, I had to do the whole thing myself last week.
Aww.
I know, yeah. You need a smaller violin.
So sorry.
So where
So
were you?
sorry.
Where were you missing? What were you doing last week?
Well, I had to, there was a weekend patrol for the National Guard, which I didn't. I'm not in the Guard, so I can't use that as an excuse.
No, you can't use that as an excuse.
You know, I had chores at home, which
you probably didn't do those either.
I didn't do all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, my wife's pretty mad at me about that.
So.
Oh well, it's good to be back.
So there was no excuse for him not being here.
No excuse.
Give me emotional trouble.
I'll take a cut and pay.
That's right.
All right. Well, hello and welcome to your old news update. I'm finally back, Izzy Fitz, and
I'm glad to have him back, Bud Driscoll.
Oh well, thank you very much.
Always
thank
glad
you
to have
very
you
much.
sitting next to me.
That's right. By the way, I had to turn on my heater just a little bit on the way into work this morning.
Wow, that's a new one. It shows that fall is here.
Thank goodness.
It is October.
I don't have to do this for a while.
That's right.
That's right.
You don't have to blow it over.
Well, let's shout out to our sponsors.
Okay.
What do you say?
That's
Eagle
good.
Crest Retirement Community, 1501 East Magnolia.
Oh, yeah.
Headley's Clothing, 1829 South 9th.
Oh, yeah.
And Smoky Hill Museum. Where's that?
211 West Iron.
All right.
History is made every day.
History is made every day.
All right.
We're going to top the headlines, starting with this. A little bit of hypocrisy. Ooh. October 5, 1990. That's been 16 years ago. Mm-hmm. Dateline Colby. With only mild reservations, directors of the Colby-based Northwest Kansas Groundwater Management District, that's number 4, embraced recommendations that eventually could halt mining of the Ogallala Aquifer. In a unanimous vote, the board accepted the recommendations of a committee formed to look at ways to move the district to zero depletion, taking no more water out of the ground than is replaced naturally.
Naturally.
Suffice it to say, that didn't happen.
Ooh.
No, it didn't. And today we're facing a major crisis.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you a lot, Western Kansas.
Well, yeah, he's going to get on his soapbox. But
keep me off my soapbox.
Before he does that, I'm going to move on.
Move
to
on.
October 7th, 1965. Hearts fill with hope as they watch him work his way down the street. He holds in his hand the key which unlocks the mood for the day. A few scrawled words on a plain piece of paper help to fill the void and give them incentive for running home without a man. My day starts and ends with the mailman. Ooh, says Mrs. Grover Stevens, shilling manner. Mrs. Stephen, the mother of 7 children, is one of the army wives who are living at Shilling Manor while their husbands spend a year of active duty in Vietnam. A lot of them didn't come back.
A lot of those fellas, 50-some thousand of them didn't come back.
At that time of year, the mailman probably was the most important.
Yep.
But the thing you didn't want to get is a Western Union telegram.
That's right. Exactly.
You didn't want to see the Western Union guy.
Yep. Well, thank you to your service, for your service, Mr. Vietnam vet and any war veteran that we have in this country.
And also to the postman of that day who delivered all the mail.
That's right. Yep.
All right.
October 5, 1915, 100 years ago.
100.
Dateline Beloit.
Oh, your favorite town.
My favorite town. Mrs. Lulu Rawlings of Beloit raises white turkeys. Wow. Her neighbor, Roy Oakley, raises brown turkeys. Oh. This spring, when Mrs. Rawlings hatched brown chicks, she alleged that Oakley called her up over a party line telephone and accused her of stealing the eggs.
Oh my God.
The alleged conversation took place with all the neighbors listening on the line, she says, and she sued Oakley for slander, amounting to $1,000. A jury in the district here was out 23 hours before it decided that Mrs. Rawlings had not been slandered.
Wow. Those are in the days when they had party lines on the phone and you could just, pick up the phone and listen to your neighbor's business.
I remember those days.
You could listen to your neighbor's business.
That's right.
Okay, October 6, 1890, 125 years ago in the Salina Daily Republican.
Aha.
All right, a Union Pacific train carrying Mormon immigrants passed through the city night before last en route to Utah. So if they're from the United States, how can they be called immigrants? I don't understand that. But
I don't get
anyway,
it.
the party consisted of 204 persons. About 20 of the party were English people, but the rest were there we come. The rest were principally from Norway and Sweden, so they were immigrants, and scarcely understood the English language. There were not many old people, but quite a number of girls in the party who, by judicious application of soap and water, would have been considered pretty. They all presented a tired and worn-out appearance and were doubtless looking forward to the end of their long journey. So that's where that song comes from. Give me your tired, your poor. Or that.
And you're
We had plenty of tired and
dirty pretty.
And you're dirty pretty.
Was that where they got dirty blonde?
Dirty. I think that may be
Swedish
for
blonde.
Swedish. That may be.
That's right. Well, we read more about the way things used to be in the look back section of Monday's Salina Journal.
And it's good to have Izzy back, and hopefully he won't run off and leave me, in high water.
Oh, we'll see you yesterday.
That's my line.
You're happy to see me.